So parents and siblings information in your PR or citizenship application is what I am going to discuss now, especially in light of new portal requirements. So what has happened? The new portal was introduced in June 2024, and there's a lot of information that is being asked for parents as well as for siblings. So we normally provide a form to our customers to collect all this information. And as you can see, the name, date of birth, country of birth, province, religion, current whereabouts, all this information is required for every parent and sibling. Additionally, if they are working, the details like company name, company address, salary, job description, sector of work is required. And if they have any highest educational qualification, that is, if they have done any education, the information about the university, title of certificate, country where the education was done, province, all this information will be required. So when we asked collecting this information, there was a mix of reaction from our clients. Majority of the clients provided this information without any problems, but some were not really very happy. So they said, why we need all this information? ICA doesn't require all this. Some said that parents and sibling information has nothing to do with their PR application, and so on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into the ICA system, and I'm going to show you some of the points which I just now explained. So let me shift the screen. So here I am the ICA portal, and if I navigate to the family section, you will notice the details of father and mother are compulsory, which is indicated by this red asterisk icon. So you must provide these details. Of course, you have an option to indicate that I do not have information about this person. But obviously, if you do not have information about your parents, then I do not know how ICA will be evaluating it. Now, as you can see, all this basic information is required. Travel document or passport number, if available, that is also required. If they have any immigration status in Singapore, for example, they are having LTVP, then that number also is required. If you say that your parents are currently employed, then details of the company, sector, occupation, job responsibilities, basic monthly salary and gross monthly salary will be also required. Similarly, if they have done any education, as I shown, all these details will be required. So as you can see, this information is not something that we have generated from our end, but it is something that ICA really requires. Now if we go to sibling section, the sibling section is not marked mandatory, and that does not mean that you can skip information about your siblings. The sibling section is not marked mandatory because some people don't have siblings, like they might be the only child of their parents. But if you have siblings, you are again expected to provide information about your siblings. The first question is, what if you don't provide this information? So ICA is saying that you need to provide, but if you decide not to provide, then legally speaking, it will be violation of Immigration Act, because under the Immigration Act, you are required to provide truthful information to ICA authorities. The next question is, what if parent or sibling is deceased? There is an option in the system to indicate under current whereabouts that this specific person is deceased and is no more alive. In that case, they will not ask about the job details and the education, but basic information only will be required. The next question is, what if I don't have full information, or maybe I don't have good relations to parents or siblings? In that case, you should provide whatever information is available, and provide a best guess of whatever compulsory information you don't have. The next question is, I don't even know their birth date. It can happen. Sometimes there are some siblings whose birth date you don't know. So the ICA portal offers you just to mention the birth year and put 0000 for month and year, a month and date. And the last question is, there are many siblings, so do I need to provide information of all? So frankly speaking, because they need the information, this information need to be provided. And as I mentioned, if you do not have full information, provide whatever you can provide. So in summary, you should provide as much information about your parents and siblings as possible in your PR or citizenship application. If no information is available, then you can provide basic information which you have.